This is SoundOff 60, Southwest Louisiana's premier sports show. Here are the guys, Rick, Scooter, and Kevin.
Welcome to a very frigid edition of SoundOff 60, and we are here. Guys, as if two historic back-to-back hurricanes wasn't enough, now we get a historic winter storm to bury us in ice and snow in the region.
Hey.
And I didn't even know they named winter storms.
I didn't either.
This is a new one on
That was
me.
a couple of years ago.
I didn't know that. Uri and what is it? We're in the midst of Viola, I think.
Yeah.
What is it?
You know, you live in Lake Charles, Louisiana,
Southwest Louisiana.
Gulf
Period.
Coast. You take your chances. You know a hurricane, you know, is in the cards. I didn't sign up for this.
No one did. No one did. I hope everybody out there that's catching the show is safe and warm and safe from COVID, safe from the ice. Man, go on the roads, and only if you have to. Listen to the advisories.
Personally, I have found I think it's safer to drive on the roads than to walk on your patio.
Yeah, that is so true.
Very good point. Wear snow boots.
Yeah, but let me say this, guys. For those people that's out there that have those gas stoves, please be careful.
Oh, yeah,
with
very
those
much
because
so.
of the carbon. And a lot of my family members, my grandmothers, and those people had those type stoves and stuff like that. Please be careful with that. Inside the house,
Follow the
please.
officials and the
Please be
authorities and the advisories on use of generators and the like.
Yes.
Okay. Everybody sees the garb. Look, it's just a bad week.
Y'all have a good Mardi Gras?
Great Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras gonna go on regardless. Let me just say
In a way.
the people in Southwest
Go where?
Louisiana.
No, it went right out the door.
The people in Southwest Louisiana are creative. You know, we know with all the storms and with all
I
this
miss
pandemic
this.
and with all the Mardi Gras, there were people in our complex, guys, hear me good, stood from their balconies and was throwing beads to
really?
people passing by.
Good job.
Come on now. Is that Mardi Gras Scooter
Good
or what?
job for them.
That's something. I'm not sure it's Mardi Gras, but it's something.
The spirit is always here in Southwest.
You know,
That's
let's
why
look on the
I have to
bright
say
side.
that, though. Yeah,
You know, it wasn't the weather that canceled
No.
Mardi
Yeah.
Gras.
Right.
It was COVID.
it was COVID.
But if there was ever a year to cancel Mardi Gras, it turns out this would have probably been
This
it.
would have been the year.
I don't
Imagine.
think it would have been. Can you imagine yesterday?
No, I can't.
Floats fishtailing off into the ditches. And
Fat Tuesday in an ice storm.
remember, you got Cajuns driving these floats.
No, I know y'all saw the commercial of the guy that was, I think, down in Cameron, four-wheeler to the back of a boat he was fishing.
I saw that.
Oh, that is too cool.
I saw that. Hey, you got to
That
do
is
what you
too
gotta
cool,
do.
man.
I saw a guy.
That is
I
too
mean,
cool.
I didn't see it. I saw the YouTube of it. The guy in the airboat going over the ice.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you know, got to do what you got to do
You
to
have
have a
to.
little fun when,
But just-
when you're iced in and you're snowed in
Yeah.
and without any water. When are we
You're
going to
right.
get water?
Power
Southwest
just came
Louisiana?
back up
Holy smokes.
yesterday.
Yeah,
You know,
I
it
had
was
a little.
rough.
You don't know what it took to get me here. I feel. Remember that Seinfeld episode
Yes.
where they had the low flow
Yeah,
steel and all their hair.
Yeah.
I feel that's the excuse for
But-
my
but
hair
you
today.
you got it right. All right. The big story of this week's show is McNeese football.
Yes,
guys.
it is.
Talk
Let me
about
tell you what Cody Orgeron, what Frank Wilson, with that entire team and the staff was able to do on the road at a hyped up Tarleton State because
Yeah.
of what? Their first game in
Yeah.
FBS or excuse me, Division 1.
Yeah.
All those factors, all the headwinds, all the challenges. The down by 14 with 3 minutes to play to come back and win a double overtime.
You had to stay to the end to see it, Rick.
Holy
You
I
had
moly.
to
wonder how
stay
many
to the
people,
end to
because
finish.
you know you had to. I don't know about y'all, but I had to jump through a few hoops to get it.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
yeah.
I'm still not on cable.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's got to rank right up there.
It's
It
a
does.
seminal win.
It
It's
does.
a seminal win for this
does.
program.
But-
the history of this program, of what they've been through.
And Rick, you know, we know it's early, and I know Scooter is going to be like, wait, Kevin, but come on, guys, to have been here as a head coach, and this is your first game in 14 months, if I'm correct, to come out like this for the opener, Rick.
What
come on.
impressed me was the calm, the composure, the stick-to-itiveness, the grit, staying in the game, in the game. Keep it at 2 scores. Let me tell you, and we'll get into it in the next segment. What was it? 6 straight punts? I mean, from the second quarter till what? 3 minutes to
3
go in the
minutes.
game?
3
That
minutes.
offense pretty much went into hibernation.
It
It
did.
really did.
It did.
And the defense had
Well,
trouble
I
tackling.
saw one of those deals, and I have no idea how they compute this. I think they just pull numbers out of thin air. but one of those computer calculations said, not actually with 3 minutes to play, because McNeese had the ball with 3, but with 4.5 minutes to play, when Tarleton still had the ball, Tarleton had a 99.4% chance of winning. I have no idea where those numbers come from.
That's pretty high, Scooter. That's an almost check mark, guys, to say it's over.
Also,
honestly,
how many times do we see onside kicks not work?
Yeah.
And this one
Well,
worked.
I mean, it took the perfect storm.
It did.
Let's,
It did.
A mistake
They
on Tarleton,
do work.
but
They
it-
do work.
It did.
But
I don't
but
know.
The rate is low.
What,
The
what
rate is
mistake
low.
did
To get the
Tarleton
ball
make?
back.
Well, the man touched it and he didn't grab it.
Yeah.
But he had to. He had to go ahead and try to touch it.
It's still a mistake when you don't gather
It was
up.
a perfect onside kick.
And then Raven following it
Yeah.
kind of impeded him
Yeah.
a little bit, and
Yeah.
it was, hey, no pun intended, but a perfect storm for those 3 minutes.
It
Everything
was.
finally came
It was,
together.
Rick.
Everything. Oh,
And-
so we're going to get into the Cowboys.
It was a
and
heck
the
of a game.
Texans.
It
Look,
was.
we got a lot to cover. LSU baseball should be coming up. We got James Landreneau in studio to talk about Cowgirl baseball or
Women's
Cowboy
baseball.
or Cowgirl softball a little bit later on in the longer version of the show. So a lot to cover. Stay with us.
Yes.
Grab that extra blanket. Or what are those things are called? Snuggie?
Snuggies.
I'm
You
sure
still
you
have
have-
one? No, I don't do snuggies. No.
Oh,
Don't do
your whole
snuggies, no.
family
Come
had them.
back in 2 minutes. Stay right here.
You bought the family pack.
For nearly 85 years, Merchants and Farmers Bank has provided dependable, personal banking for Central and Southwest Louisiana. I saw your new boat last week, Chuck. Looks like fun. We have 8 convenient locations, checking and savings accounts, online bill pay, mortgage and personal loans, even a new app that allows you to take a picture of your paycheck and deposit it. Can't wait to see your kitchen remodel, Pam. Come in today to open a personal account. Merchants and Farmers, your future begins with our history.
What's bugging you?
Is it termites? The season is now and they are swarming. At J&J Exterminating, we offer some very effective weapons against infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Don't wait. Contact us now for a free inspection.
J&J has protected Louisiana homes and businesses for over 60 years.
Call him today, make the pests go away. J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Offer a more reliable, responsible, intelligent, and connected indoor environment that easily adjusts to homeowner preferences no matter where they are. Uncompromising, unmistakable Luxair. Learn how to become a Luxair dealer by visiting solarsupplyluxair.com.
SoundOff 60 presented to you by Merchants and Farmers Bank. You can trust these guys. They are locally owned. They've been around for nearly 90 years. The good folks at Merchants and Farmers Bank, branches all across Southwest Louisiana, the official bank of SoundOff 60.
Yes.
All right, guys. The final score was 40-37 after 2 overtimes. Who would have thunk it?
I know it.
Don't fly off your chairs, okay? Do not fly off your chairs with another Cerro proclamation.
Okay.
But this win for this program and how they did it, where they did it, with the adversity all through the hurricanes and the adversity on the field and the COVID and the dislocations, all that wrapped into one. Gentlemen, this was McNeese State's
One thing you didn't mention.
Katrina moment. This was it. Yes, it was on the road, but this was their Katrina moment. You have Breeze and Gleason. I give you Orgeron and Beggy, and probably a few others, and throw Frank Wilson in the mix. That's how big this win was.
The only thing that makes it even bigger that you may have
their
left out
Katrina moment
was the portal. That contributed to also losing players.
You're right. All that adversity, losing 21 players, the
Put
whole
that
bit.
in the portal too.
Okay.
It's big.
Come on, Scooter.
big.
Be nice now.
Well,
Come
you
on.
know, the Saints, that wasn't their season opener.
Okay.
They
but
had
I'm talking
played
about
2 road games.
moment.
That was
The moment.
their return.
That was
to
the return
the
home.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what they do against Incarnate Word.
I'm just saying
But I'm not downplaying
the
it.
program on the field,
really,
on the field for that first game.
You know, don't get me wrong. McNeese has won tons of playoff games, so it's not their biggest victory ever.
No, it's not.
Is it? I can't remember a more unlikely, better comeback.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And
I'm with you.
And for the reasons you stated, one that might have been as important to the program where it stands. Let's face it, they've been out of sight, out of mind. They need to get people somewhat excited, even though only 25% can go to the games.
Right.
They need to get people excited about this spring schedule, which is weird. It's going to be in the daytime.
It is.
For the home games.
It is.
I bet they wish that one had been in the daytime.
Yeah, definitely. And all that,
I think it was huge. And the way they won it.
Exactly. Overtime.
The way they
3
won
minutes
it.
down by 14.
And Rick, the point you bring up is a good one, but when I would maybe rephrase it. Could it be the most meaningful victory for McNeese?
At this juncture of the program, you can throw any adjective you want. I throw out the Katrina comparison,
and that's a good one.
I think it's valid. And then the players. I mean, Breeze and Gleason and the players. And look, I don't want to get too sappy, but I think that's what it means to this program.
But you have to look at it.
Keep in mind that 3 coaches in 3 years. Throw that into the mix. Being, last season not being there, like a lot of teams couldn't play. The whole roll it all up into one, guys.
Does the pressure get even bigger, being when you come home in a week? Does that get even bigger?
I don't know,
week with the snow.
I don't know about pressure, but to me that should be a celebration.
Exactly.
Hopefully we'll get some decent weather.
Yeah.
That should be a celebration.
Yeah.
And, you've got that monumental comeback fresh in your head. Celebrate the McNeese football is
Look,
finally
I'm sure
back.
Wilson would love to have his Cowboys on the field this week somewhere, but not in an ice storm.
Well, maybe not this week.
Maybe not this week. Look, okay, so they go up 10-0, and then Tarleton. Let me throw this in. Yeah, they were Division II, but that's a team with some pretty good talent.
Well, they were 11-1 last
11-1.
year. They beat Sam Houston
They
last
do have
year.
some good talent.
Good. There you go. You're
beat
following
Sam
up.
Houston last year.
With an FBS quarterback transfer who's got some skill. They've got skill on that team. And a veteran
that receiver,
coach.
I can't think of who it was, but
they had several good receivers.
He's going to play on Sunday somewhere.
This is a team that's not a
They
slouch.
are. I have no doubt.
So
that was not an easy win.
The Texans get 24 unanswered points. The web and the flow, the Cowboys couldn't tackle, it seemed like at times. The secondary, holy smokes, played well. Defended a lot of passes.
I thought the
defended a lot of
secondary,
passes.
the biggest surprise to me was their secondary.
Yes. The way they played. Yeah. And the biggest negative surprise was the offensive line. They had trouble. And they got to get it fixed
they've got it, and I don't know what other options they have.
I don't know. They're thin.
Now, next fall, they've got some people coming
indeed.
in.
Yeah. But right now, they got to get it fixed.
They've got at least 3 coming in.
Forward. Gosh, and we'll get more in the show, in the longer version of the show, too. Fast forward to the key plays with 3 minutes. I mean, the screen pass that you mentioned in your reporting was huge. 35 yards.
Well,
perfectly executed.
To me, finally, what they did was they used that. I mean, Orgeron had no chance back there.
No, he didn't.
Finally, they used that against Tarleton.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was one of the great play calls.
It was.
It was perfect timing, great execution. And then 4th and 3, Beggy stretching out. Everybody forgets about that little first down catch. It kept the drive alive,
It kept the drive alive,
And
too.
then, of course,
wasn't that his first catch
of the game?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And then, of course, the touchdown pass to a youngster in the end zone. Great catch, great throw.
Yeah.
The onside kick.
That's what did it.
Come on, guys.
It was a perfect onside kick.
At the time.
Now, any onside kick, there's a degree of luck.
Yeah,
let's
it is.
Let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
But it starts with a perfect onside kick, and that was it.
And the thing about it, like what Scooter says, what makes it perfect, you had to have it.
Yeah.
You had to have it.
Game over.
Game over, Rick. You got to have it, man.
And there was like 122.
You have to have it,
So,
it's over.
My one question for Frank Wilson when he gets here, did you think about going for 2 at the end of regulation?
That would be the coaching question. I'm sitting there saying, play.
I was saying,
thought about that too. Do you just win it? Do you just be done with it and take your chance on winning it? No double overtimes. It's over.
Go for overtime. I always say go for overtime. Always do. That's
I
just
want to
me.
ask him that question, okay?
That's just me. That's
You know,
just me.
because
I would.
That's just me.
because
I always thought, like, particularly you got a team a little bit on the ropes. You scored
do.
twice in
You
3
do.
minutes.
yeah.
You do.
Man, when they see you're going for 2, they are nervous as hell.
I know.
Yeah.
But you
We're
fought.
going to lose this game right here.
But you pulled out every miracle to tie it up or to get within one.
I
You
don't
kicked the
know.
field.
Okay, but
I
Rick,
disagree
but Rick,
with you
I'll flip
there.
that for you. What if you go for the overtime and still lose?
Will
that haunt you?
Just saying.
Will my chances have been better if I just
Fresh
would have went for it in
set of downs,
regulation
You got
and
a
win
possession,
it and be
then
over
you
with?
got another possession. No. You go for the overtime. The way
Okay.
they
One
set up.
play.
All right.
You go to overtime, you got to have a bunch of good plays.
Yeah.
Right there.
You're right.
One play.
That's
all
it.
you
The
need.
catch by Beggy in the end zone.
Yeah.
Again, the Katrina moment.
What a
One-handed,
catch
one
that was.
arm. Wasn't even a hand,
a
Kevin.
hell
It
of
was
a
like an
catch.
arm catch.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
and
a
then
catch, man.
Overtime. Orgeron just takes it over, guys.
He does. He does. He
His
ran,
calmness,
took it in.
his leadership.
He did. And that's what
That-
you need in those times, Rick. And I think that's what Coach Wilson understands. You need somebody that's been behind the helm to understand when we get in these positions, things are not going to always go right. But if you got the right person,
Those nimble
make up for
tennis,
those. Yeah.
nimble tennis feet.
Yeah.
He goes in, defender,
it.
a big linebacker about to grab him, and
Yeah.
he kind of sidesteps and scoots, and he's off and running for the win. Or
It's-
walk-off.
it's-
What do you call
Hey,
it? A walk-off scramble
what
run?
is with your quarterback out there in 15-degree weather in short sleeves? Your quarterback, that's what defensive linemen do.
I know.
Not quarterbacks.
Not quarterbacks.
Not quarterbacks who played tennis in high school.
Hey,
but
we'll
your
ask
quarterback
Dan
has
about
got to
that.
be a role model for the rest of the guys,
Exactly.
Scooter.
We'll ask
to,
Big
man.
Ed about that. All right.
Yeah.
We're behind the clock. We're going to take a short pause. We're coming back more about this game. Stay right here.
You know Miller Lite only has 1 more calorie, right?
And more taste. Good choice.
Offer a more reliable, responsible, intelligent, and connected indoor environment that easily adjusts to homeowner preferences no matter where they are. Uncompromising, unmistakable Luxair. Learn how to become a Luxair dealer by visiting solarsupplyluxair.com.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
The winner is the dog with antioxidant vitamin C.
Given the choice, why wouldn't you choose the one with antioxidant vitamin C? Choose Vizzy Hard Seltzer.
SoundOff 60 presented to you by J&J Exterminating, shielding what's near and dear to you. J&J Exterminating, proud supporter of McNeese Sports and proud supporter of this man, Cowboys head football coach Frank Wilson, and the entire football program. It's cold, but let me wipe my brow a little bit here. My gosh. What you have gone through to get on the field at Tarleton State, and you get there, and the overtime, double overtime win. We'll talk about the impact, but you're just kind of alluding to you couldn't even get out of the stadium without a problem. Tell us the short version of that one. This is after the game in freezing temperatures.
Short version of it, we go into the locker room post game, and it's full of emotion. You can see it. It's a sigh of relief. Guys are exasperating, and you're just like, finally, we did it. We played the game. We got through the game, and we were victorious. Yeah. We were victorious for Lake Charles. We were victorious for McNeese. All those emotion, man. And we recognize and put in perspective, it was just a game. but it's so much bigger than just a game for us and what we've endured. And so to have the president there and our family and friends and support there, we took 100 or so people, and they sat out there in the frigid weather. And so we do all that. We're excited. We get on the bus. We're about to leave and get to the driveway to exit. And you hear, clunk, clunk. What's that? And the bus not moving, right? And they go like, well, hit it slow. Well, speed it up. It's like, something's not right.
Either one.
So the entire time, I got to set it up by saying this. We told the team, this is the first ever spring football season the NC2 has ever had.
Right.
And so you get to make your debut, all right? And one day, many years from now, people will talk about this. Somebody will write about it. And if this thing goes as planned, they just might make a movie about this, right? So we're giving them a whole little deal, right?
Yeah.
So when the bus stops, right, and the wheel is spinning in the air, we say, now this is the part of the movie that's the punchline.
There you go. There you go.
And so we need all of y'all to get off the bus and let's push this thing. There's like, seriously?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I'm with you. So we all get off the bus. We get behind the push, not realizing exactly what's the deal.
Wait a minute, you got the team off to push the bus?
Team off to push the bus,
We're
right?
doing a deadlift now.
Right.
Yeah, deadlift.
And so we start to push, but to no avail because the bottom of the bus, the back of the bus is on the cement, and you can't get any friction because the wheels are up in the air. So, I jockeyed with our medical staff to try to put us all on 2 buses instead of 4 buses, et cetera, because we had social distancing.
Yeah.
And so
throw that in there.
They won't let us. It's like, no, we can't put you all together because we have to test tomorrow. And so it's like, all right. So we wait about an hour. We pop open some water and some sodas and some Powerade and continue to eat and be merry. And it was all worth it because we had attained victory and nobody complained one bit about it.
Yeah, great bonding.
Bottom line, everybody that watched that game, what time you got home Sunday?
9 a.m.
Wow.
Yeah, so a 7-hour trip turned into a 9-hour trip.
Yeah. Considering that's of all the troubles.
Imagine if you hadn't won that game.
Then we had to go about 40 miles per hour with black ice and everything else on the interstate. Yeah.
I commend you for the calmness, the coolness, every adjective you can throw into a game like that. To come back from 14 down and even more than that at various points with 3 minutes to go, and to win this thing in overtime. What is the one thing that you've had time to think about it? Is there one thing that sticks out in this victory?
We've been in this position before, and we started off fast. The team's playing well. We fall behind, and for whatever reason, you see something start to rear its head that was not becoming of who we are and what we're trying to establish in our culture. And guys started to revert back to whatever. All right, we throw a pick. They're about to go in 4-minute drill to ice the game. We gather the team together. We said, here's what's going to happen. We're going to go out and play defense, and we're going to stuff their ass. All right, we're going to play McNeese football. All right, we'll get the ball back. We'll go score. All right, now, everybody pay attention. We're going to onside it, get it, and we're going to score again, and we'll win this game in overtime. All right, but you got to believe. You got to believe with everything inside of you, and they did. They did, and, the script was written, and they achieved it.
Let me ask you, and I brought it up last segment. When you score there with 30 seconds to go, it had to cross your mind. Go for the win right here.
Yeah, so at that point, I want to give our team every opportunity to win. And to go for 2, you got 1 shot to go for 2. To go in overtime, we got several shots to win the game. And so I wanted to maximize the opportunity for our football team to be able to achieve.
But did it cross your mind?
When we're up 10-0, we went down and we're inside the 10.
Oh, yeah.
And we go for it on 4th and a long one.
Yeah.
And was aggressive. And then
got stopped.
Got stopped. But really just wanted to try to put our foot on their throat, try to go up 17-0 and really make a statement. And it came back to bite us. And so because of that, because of that,
Yeah.
it's like, no, we ain't doing it again.
In the earlier segment, I call this McNeese's Katrina moment.
Yeah.
I really do. The impact of all the things all wrapped up into this game. But doggone it, Cody Orgeron, and yes, you can look at a total team effort, total staff, total everything.
Yeah.
But sometimes that one guy, like a Orgeron and a Beggy, have to make plays, and they did.
They did, and guys have to. You got to be able to help one another, and somebody has to say, "Count on me. I'll do it. I'll get us there." And so we had a couple of critical third down situations, a fourth down situation
Yes.
that really tested us. And it was a run pass option, or a naked, should I say, where Cody could have thrown it or run it, and he hit Trevor on the sideline.
Great catch.
For a magnificent throw and catch. And then at the back end to win it all, it was a design quarterback counter.
Yeah.
And so,
designed well.
Yeah.
And executed well. Great win. Hey, for the short version of the folks, Frank, we appreciate you being here, and I know it's a tough week with Ice Storm. In the longer version of the show, he's coming back for a long segment to dig into this game and the impact, and then looking forward. All right, looking ahead now, because you got other games to play, right?
We do.
All right, we'll take a pause right here. We're coming right back. Stay right there.
During this troubling time, J&J is here for you. Protect your home with our proven TAP pest control insulation. This EPA-registered pesticide is a permanent solution. Keep the bugs out and keep the comfort in with TAP.
J&J has protected Louisiana homes and businesses for over 60 years.
Call him today, make the pests go away. J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
They are exactly the same.
They're identical. Actually, they're not. House 2 also has antioxidant vitamin C.
Antioxidant?
Then we'll take House 2.
Given the choice, why wouldn't you choose the one with antioxidant vitamin C? Choose Vizzy Hard Seltzer.
For nearly 85 years, Merchants and Farmers Bank has provided dependable personal banking for Central and Southwest Louisiana. I saw your new boat last week, Chuck. Looks like fun. We have 8 convenient locations, checking and savings accounts, online bill pay, mortgage and personal loans, even a new app that allows you to take a picture of your paycheck and deposit it. Can't wait to see your kitchen remodel, Pam. Coming today to open a personal account. Merchants and Farmers, your future begins with our history.
These days, it's recommended that you keep your social circle small. Of course, as the original light beer, we've always recommended that. It's Miller time.
SoundOff 60 presented to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer. Still only 96 calories, the legendary taste. Even though we didn't have Mardi Gras, always enjoy Miller Lite responsibly.
They still
folks.
enjoy it.
Back again with Cowboys head football coach Frank Wilson to digest this win over Tarleton State. A hyped up Tarleton State team, a team that was playing their first Division I game, and they're coming off an undefeated season, a veteran coach, and transfer players in and out and such like that.
Senior day.
I mean, all that. Let's
conference.
throw all that in there. And look, don't know a whole heck of a lot. You know, obviously, scouting Tarleton. FBS transfer quarterback, big kid, 6'6". Yeah.
From Texas Tech.
Throw that into the mix. And then the adversity on the field and falling behind. Man, again, grit, composure, sticking to the game plan, right?
Yeah, a lot of respect for that team. That staff been together for some time. It's his third tenure, but his 11th consecutive year. Todd. They've been there 11 years consecutively, and just a very talented team. Again, undefeated last year, beat one of our conference opponents.
Sam Houston.
A year ago, and talented quarterback transfer FBS. Transfer wide receiver FBS, as well as some of those other
good
skill
running
guys.
backs.
Yeah, good backs, good at the skill position. So we had our work cut out for us, and so the preparation was tedious, and our guys answered. They got their share, but I
got to jump in and ask you though. At some point, I think it was mid-4th when Witten put in the backup quarterback. They're up by 14.
Yeah.
They go 3 and out, if I recall.
Yeah.
You're thinking, whoa, they think they got this one.
Yeah.
That was a missed possession by them.
So
and then, of course, you come back, and then the big guy comes back in.
Yeah. So one of our guys, one of our coaches lets out an explicit, and I was like, what happened? It's like, they're waving the white towel, coach. And so they were going, and I say, hey, just stay to the course. Stay to the course.
Coach, when you look at it, you know what? It's you don't even talk much about it, but just what this team has been through at the very beginning. I mean, you coming into a new environment, you've got a new staff, you got new players, you got the portal, all of these things that we talked about, Coach. But having to get these guys at this moment, like when you called them in and said, this is what's going to happen. Coach, I think you put in those guys as a former player to say, I'll run through a brick wall for this guy.
Yeah.
And, Coach, you know what? You've got to have players that believe in what you tell them when you tell them for them to play the way they should. And I think that was evident of what happened Saturday, Coach.
You know, much merit to that. You know, Rick and I talked early last week about it, and he brought up the fact, you know, we all know we lost our coordinator, 8 days before,
the game.
before kickoff, and he goes, Coach, the hits just keep on coming. I mean, we just keep going.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, we keep going, and we'll be prepared. We'll field a team that'll have enough to win. It won't be all that we have. It's all that we have at this time, and help is on the way. And in the fall, we'll field what we think will be our best team, but we'll have enough to go compete.
We talked about it earlier. Emotion-wise, what does a win like that do for you, for guys that, Coach, this is the first time you coached them? Normally you get big wins like this on guys you've been around for 2-3 years. And you kind of understand what you all have been through.
Right.
But to have these new guys under you at this point in time, Coach, for the biggest, I won't say biggest, but for a win that will go down in McNeese history.
It's a seminal
for
win.
what you guys did Saturday. How does that make you feel as a coach, though?
It feels good. You know, I reflect back post-Katrina and the New Orleans Saints running into the Superdome and watching the emotion swell of a state during that time. I remember 9/11 and watching a country watch a baseball game when the Yankees go out to play. And on a smaller scale, but for us, it was that.
Yes.
We've been through a lot more than, and you guys would have an appreciation for it. And the people of Southwest Louisiana understand what we have gone through. And so for us, the win was bigger than my team or just these kids. It's for all the men and women, and it's big daddies, and it's this spot. It's edible. The people said, hey, I'll feed you.
Yeah.
It's A-Bears, and I'll feed you, Coach. We'll come over. You know, all the people who just gave their last to give our kids, our community, a chance.
That's big.
A chance to play. We just wanted a chance. And I was very open and candid with, I don't know what the game will turn out to be. I'll tell you this, we'll play hard.
Yeah.
All right, we'll fight till the end, and hopefully our best will be good enough. But so many people in this community have done so much to give us an opportunity to play. It was important to play that game and to start a season. And now we focus on a conference play now, and we move forward. But we had to get that first one done.
No doubt. Cowboys head football coach Frank Wilson has joined us here. Talk about the big win over Tarleton State. Let's talk about that fight, if you will, a little bit about the game. You go up 10-0, and then the offense goes into a lull. They score 24 unanswered points. And they go up, and really from the second quarter to maybe into that 3-minute point, this offense wasn't doing anything. And all of it starts, you're the old running back, you know it starts with the big hogs up front. They struggled. That offensive line struggled.
Well, they did some things. They moved around a lot more than what we thought they would do. And so they weren't sitting targets. They jumped around, they twist, they turned, they had a lot of movement. And so the ability, and what happens is when you haven't played together, continuity matters, chemistry matters. Communication, nonverbal communication. You know, and all we hadn't done it. We hadn't done it, and you know, and so we had a couple of preseason games, but we were also restricted with our ability to go full throttle because of the numbers that we have. And so we don't have these all-out blood baths, let's get after it scrimmages every day.
Good point.
And so we're limited to that. And so we had a handful, 3 or 4 of them, but that was our first speed of the game, no holds bar for 60 minutes. That we experienced our first game together, and we'll be better.
You want to give him your DB assessment?
He
I
knows
figured
what
that
I'm
would
talking
lead right
about.
up to you.
Frank even gave me the hit on the leg, man.
I thought the DBs were
But
good.
look, the thing is this, and what you talked about, your nonverbal communications and stuff like that. But the thing that I want to press upon, Coach, is you as a coach, apparently you saw something we didn't see to understand having a guy like Cody Orgeron in a situation like this, there were things that you could do with him that you couldn't do with the new quarterback.
Yeah.
For the fact that he knew he had the grit to understand at this point in time. I think I know what it takes to get us this W.
Yeah.
And as a coach, what transpired to say that you could do different with him than maybe a first-year guy there at McNeese?
Yeah, you know what? Ronnie Letson has done a great job with him in coaching the quarterback position and getting Cody ready to play. I communicate with him frequently throughout the game and feel his composure. He's poised. He's a leader. You know, and there were times that, you know, he probably could have stayed in a little longer to deliver a ball. There were times when a back should have picked up a protection or a lineman. So it was a culmination or depth of a receiver was shallow instead of deeper, or deeper instead of at its proper depth. And so all of that is a part of pressure.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times we look at it and we just think it's the offensive line, and that's not always the case. And then on the other side, what happened, we had Darren Wilson, who stepped up and became our play caller, who had never called a game before.
Wow.
And I thought he and our defensive staff did an outstanding job of giving us a chance to win the game. Offensively, we sputtered for a while, and so we made it tough on them. We went 3 and out 4, 5, 6 consecutive times, gave them a short field, and we put our defense in tough situations. I thought the number of balls that were thrown deep, we contested every one of them.
Yes, you did.
We won more than not. And, you know, they hit a few. But,
and you will.
Yeah, but I was very proud of our defensive effort as well as our secondary collectively. But Cody, he's a consummate competitor. He wanted to be in that moment.
Yeah.
He wanted
Cowboys head football coach Frank Wilson. We got about 3 or 4 more minutes with you, Coach. So let's we're going to cover a lot of different angles here. First off, the onside kick. You got to do it. You didn't have enough time on the clock. You got to do it. And in the NFL, you're seeing these onside kicks. They're not hitting the top of the ball, and they're you know, hoping. And then you got the Atlanta Falcons kicker doing this little spinner deal, that kind of thing. I don't know. None of it really works at a high level, but this one did.
Well, so
this one did.
It was an audible, and so we had the bounce to the sideline. They called timeout, right?
Okay.
They called timeout, and so we tell them check with me, and so they shift over there.
Interesting.
And so now it becomes a middle dribble.
Wow.
Right? And so we counted off based on how they were covering down to receive it.
Okay. All right.
And it shouldn't have even been that close because there's about 10 yards. It was 10 yards between the guy in the middle and then who was the 5, and we kind of kicked it to him. Thank God he was not able to get it, but we're sending missiles at him now.
Yeah, to take him out.
And so
the kicker was out there too.
He's the first one.
Yeah, to take him out.
He's the chaser.
Yeah.
He's chasing
He
the
was out
ball.
there,
Yeah. And so it was an audible. So the initial kick would have dribbled and tried to go for the high bounce.
Yeah.
When they shifted, he looked to the sideline. Gary Hyman, our special teams coordinator, made the adjustment call, and it became a middle dribble. And we were fortunate.
This is what the viewers need to know.
They
There's
don't know
so
that.
much into game planning and coaching.
People just see it and don't understand it. You've got designated people not even going for the ball, but to take the guy out that the ball's in front of.
Interesting switch.
All
right, so it does boil down to overtime. There was so much. I mean, the Pierce catch for the touchdown, the
Beggy.
the Beggy.
Yeah.
the
one
Beggy
hand.
one-arm catch.
Insane.
For his
crazy.
second catch of the game.
Yeah.
But you get into overtime, you swap out the field goals, and then, of course, Orgeron takes over. I mean, a 6-yard little scamper, and then the run for the walk-off win. My gosh.
Yeah. Boy, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And to watch our team go out and execute play design, you know, defensively, they couldn't move it in the first overtime or the second overtime, and they hit it pretty well to get 3 boat times. We moved it. We felt at that time the momentum had swung. From the 3-minute mark beyond. We thought we had momentum of the game. Didn't put it in the first overtime, but felt confident in the second overtime we would be able to get points. But we wanted to test them first, and so you get an option. And so a defense that had just been out started feeling themselves. We put them back out there again. And unleashed them. And Isaiah Chambers makes a great tackle in open field. They kick a field goal, and at that point we feel very, very good that we have a chance to win this game.
Rick, it blows me away that we're talking to Coach right now, and we're talking about football, and we're in February.
And it's an ice storm. We got snow on the ground and ice, but hey, it's football weather.
There you go.
It is.
It's not spring.
But Coach, when I look back at it, and I'm going out on a limb, McNeese have had a lot of great coaches to come through this program and coach. But I tell you what, just looking at your win and how you prepared these guys, I can't wait to see what's to come. Honestly.
You know what? This is a proud program. Tremendous tradition, tremendous history. It's an honor to be here. From Jack Dolan all the way down, to Lance Guidry and everybody in between, I've had a chance to meet, to spend time with, and have much admiration for the job that they've done. I'm not creating something that hasn't been done. It's been done here. And it's been done here at a high level. And so we just want to be able to hold the torch. And
one of your proudest coaching moments?
Yeah. In consideration of all that we've had to go through.
No doubt. All right, let's talk a little bit about what's going on. Are you, look, we're still in the middle of this ice storm. Are you practicing? You're going indoors?
Yeah.
It's an off week. Would you rather be playing or not?
We needed this little
break.
Okay.
That's stay right here, Coach. Yeah,
think
that's
about
stay right
this.
here.
We wouldn't be on the field. I mean, our field was covered with snow.
No way.
I have an assistant who's from Buffalo, and he's like, can they just not bring the ice mobile and take the snow off? I was like, we don't have that. We don't have that.
So you got what Incarnate Word? Their game was called for
Just
this
got
weekend.
called.
So you're on an open date, but then you're preparing for February 27, home day at
game.
Cowboy Stadium against Incarnate Word.
And man, that one is a special one. We get a chance to give our community their program, our program, and to be able to play in the whole. It's a big deal. Yeah.
Well, Coach, great win.
Yes, indeed, Coach.
It is your seminal win. It is a Katrina moment, in my humble opinion.
It is.
Continued good luck and great success. We'll have you back very, very soon.
Thank you, guys.
That is Cowboys head football coach Frank Wilson. All right, we'll take a pause. We're coming right back. Stay right here.
Offer a more reliable, responsible, intelligent, and connected indoor environment that easily adjusts to homeowner preferences no matter where they are. Uncompromising, unmistakable Luxair. Learn how to become a Luxair dealer by visiting solarsupplyluxair.com.
For nearly 85 years, Merchants and Farmers Bank has provided dependable personal banking for Central and Southwest Louisiana. I saw your new boat last week, Chuck. Looks like fun. We have 8 convenient locations, checking and savings accounts, online bill pay, mortgage and personal loans, even a new app that allows you to take a picture of your paycheck and deposit it. Can't wait to see your kitchen remodel, Pam. Come in today to open a personal account. Merchants and Farmers, your future begins with our history.
Welcome back to SoundOff 60, presented to you by Solar Supply, the region's leader in heating and air conditioning. Call Solar Supply if you want to be a Luxair official dealer. Proud supporter of McNeese Sports, and of course, Solar Supply loves the softball, loves the Cowboys, and loves James Landreneau. We want to welcome in the softball coach to the show. Welcome back. Boy, you got a lot to talk about.
Yes.
I mean, this program. All right. First off, let's talk about the games. All right. You got a game. You got games in at Baton Rouge at LSU Classic. Left there 2-2. Okay. Is that pretty good for you or not? I know you wanted to be 4-0, but
You know, right there, I thought the first day we went in, we were unprepared. Like I'll be very honest with you, and I talked to the team about it. I felt like our alignment was off. You know, our positioning, our shifts, we're having problems getting those information to them, and then we just really abandoned our game plan at the plate early in the game. We kind of. You know, you're facing a pitcher that caliber. You have to work your butt off to be able to get to it.
This is game 1 of the Classic. Against who now? Because you played
LSU.
Kansas.
We're playing LSU. And you know, it was 3-0 going into the rain delay. They got to our freshman early, hit 2 home runs off of her, and you know, coming out and then come back off the rain delay, we just they outmatched us,
Yeah.
and they got away from us. And then thought our kids did a better job. We showed some character on Friday. We went down 4-0 early. Never saw panic in them, and stayed composed, stayed to the game plan. We were able to get the big hits, scored 9 unanswered. And then, we gave up a grand slam, lost a little focus in the 7th, give up a grand slam. And then
this would have been against Kansas?
That was against Kansas. Yeah. And then we follow up a doubleheader and get to them again the next game.
Yeah.
And same thing last inning. We give up big chunks, error and a home run. And that's what our kids have to understand is when you play in the caliber teams, you can't make mistakes. When you make mistakes, they make you pay for it. That's what happened against Duke.
Yeah, but Coach, I know you're like, you ride them, all right? I mean, but this is early. I mean, is it kind of a little bit expected to have a little bit of this or not?
Well, Coach is used to this, Rick.
Well, I'm
can't
just
take
saying.
that from him now. When he said he needs to be winning, Coach has been through this. He knows.
We're going to make mistakes. And when you start players and you're trying to figure out your team, line up early, but it's early for everyone. That's what I tell players. For us, what bothered me against the LSU game is I felt we weren't prepared.
Yeah.
And that bothers me as a coach because that's my job. My job is to make sure you're prepared to play.
Yeah.
And so I own that part of it. And we fixed it. We had some communication issues, just getting stuff in and out, kind of some different roles in the dugout, signaling stuff in. We have to get a little bit better at it. And didn't really focus on that. So we needed that game. It's a tough game. They're the number 5 team in the country. They're not going to allow for mistakes. And they played well. I mean, they played error-free ball. And so I thought we did a good job, like I said, coming back on Friday against Kansas, a doubleheader against a good team, and showed a lot more composure. We showed a lot of poise. We were able to get to them late in the game with some big hits. And, then we come back against Duke and thought we were playing well for, I think, 4 or 5 innings. We were up 1-0, putting some good pressure on them. Couldn't get the timely hit for the big knock. But, man, then, we make an error. We make another error, a couple walks. We have miscommunication one time. We give up a grand slam. Game gets away from you.
I look a lot at the LSU girls softball. And, Coach, just tell me, how big of a difference can the pitcher be on a team such as that to take it over? Because I'm looking at LSU pitcher. Is she really that good?
Yeah, she was that night.
I didn't mean that.
You're not making any excuses or anything, but
But I'm looking at her, Coach, and I watch a little bit of baseball, but the way she's throwing it, Coach.
Their staff is deep. Their staff is deep, and you got to be ready. You can't get into a guessing game too much with a team like that. You really got to be solid and be committed to your plan. And realize that you're not going to come in there and get 8 or 9 hits off a pitch like that. You just got to get the timely hit. And you got to put some pressure, get the pitch count up, and hopefully get a mistake, and it's a big one. That's what you got to hope when you face a team like that. And so we knew they were going to be good. We knew that there's 3 or 4 arms they can throw at you that are all very similar. I think they were leading the country in ERA last year when the season got shortened. So we knew what we're getting into, but our goal and job is to win, find a way to win those games. We signed up for it, and if you're going to make a difference in postseason, that's who you're going to see. So we got
no doubt.
Cowgirls softball coach James Landreneau has joined us here, first time of the new season, of course. And speaking of the new season, and speaking of expectations, look, this is a Cowgirl softball team that you have carried the torch as well from predecessors. This is a team that's won the tournament, won the league, been in postseason. The expectations here is also for as you said, when they step on that diamond, to win. Because you've proven you can win against anybody.
No doubt.
Anybody.
I appreciate it, and it is. The mindset. And we look. We know what our goals are in that locker room, and we talk about them openly, and we want to go to another level. And so when you look at our schedule, man, what do you think? I say, I don't know. Y'all tell me in May. We're
going to talk about the schedule.
And so, but the expectations, the way our kids prepare and want to compete. They want to be the first team to win a regional in our conference and get through it. So that's our goal. That's our mindset. Is what can we do? Can we challenge ourselves? And we hold ourselves to high expectations. We don't play someone and make mistakes. So, well, we're playing so and so. No, we make mistakes. We make mistakes. I don't care who we make it against. We got to be better, and we got to be better from the coaching side. We got to be better from all the way down the line, and that's what we're going to work on this week.
Okay, so now you've got, due to various reasons, you got 2 cancellations this week, right? But you're planning on playing this coming weekend. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So softball, but these interruptions with the ice storm, okay, everybody's going to have to deal with it. But the schedule, You've got Oklahoma State added in, which is coming next week. Another FBS top 10 program coming in here to this region.
Yeah. You know, we're fortunate enough to you know, they reached out to me and said, hey, we lost some games this week. Is there any way we could get you guys in the schedule? And, you know, all of us are worried about losing games due to COVID and everything else throughout the season. So you want to get your work in. So, you know, for us, you know, when Texas called, you start to look, you know, and you're playing the LSU dude. You're playing the Lafayette, which is loaded up this year again, as always. And you're playing all these quality teams, and, you know, you get a chance to play A&M, which we knew that early. Right. But then Texas wants to add in. We're like, hey, you know, how can you not? Hey, we're coming to you, coach. And then Oklahoma State calls and says, hey, well, can you host us? You know, it's hard to pass up that opportunity for our kids to be able to play that kind of team. At home, doesn't cost us money. And then for our fan base to be able to see those teams play right here in Lake Charles, I think is impressive.
But Coach, at the same time, you're playing competition that's going to make you better. Because you know what they're bringing to the table. And it lifts your expectations as a coach and as a staff to say, you know what, today we got to bring it.
And you know, 2 years ago, we'd finished the season. That was the year after the championship, and we had a big turnover in personnel. And that's what we said, like, hey, we got to find a way to win it during regional. We're not just happy we're going to win a game or two there. How can we win it? Well, we got to find out how to get up and play these teams consistently, and realize when you make mistakes, you're going to get beat. You know, that year we played the 13th hardest schedule in the country, and
that's big.
And you know, we had 33 wins that year, but you know, we lost some games, and that our kids learned that year. Hey, if you make an error in the seventh, you're going to lose. You're going to lose these games. You got to stay locked in for an entire game. So I think that was the big thing, and we were looking for it to pay off for us last year, and that season got. And I really think we're poised for it. And the season got shortened, but this team's ready. They're competitive. They have tremendous character. There's a ton of want-to in this group, and so I'm excited about this group.
Cowgirls softball coach James Landreneau has joined us, and they're already kick-started the season. There'll be games this weekend at the ballpark here at in Southwest Louisiana, McNeese. In our final minute, Coach, the league. You got to win the league. Okay, you can talk about winning all these FBS, but you got to win the Southland. How do you square with the Southland this year?
I tell you what, it's going to be interesting. It's probably the deepest I've seen the Southland since I've been in it. I think there's some outstanding schools and coaches. Some ADs have done a really good job of hiring some good coaches and some well-prepared teams. So I like our chance. I love our team. I love the opportunity. But we know we have to work for it. We know it's not going to be easy. I think there's probably 3 or 4 teams that could win the Southland. But obviously we believe we're one of those teams, and we look forward for that opportunity.
All right, well, stay healthy. Navigate the ice storms, right? Everything else that you've had and everybody else has had to deal with. James Landreneau, Cowgirls head softball. Hey, check the American Press for coverage in regards to win their games and any cancellations, because anything can happen, right?
It will.
Continued success. We'll have you back. Thanks, that is Landreneau and Cowgirls softball. We're coming right back after this pause. Stay right there.
Yes!
When it comes to Sunday, choose the right couch. Here's to the original light beer. It's Miller time.
For nearly 85 years, Merchants and Farmers Bank has provided dependable personal banking for Central and Southwest Louisiana. I saw your new boat last week, Chuck. Looks like fun. We have 8 convenient locations: checking and savings accounts, online bill pay, mortgage and personal loans, even a new app that allows you to take a picture of your paycheck and deposit it. Can't wait to see your kitchen remodel, Pam. Come in today to open a personal account. Merchants and Farmers, your future begins with our history.
You know Miller Lite only has 1 more calorie, right?
Add more taste. Good choice.
Welcome back to the show. Holy smokes, what a week it's been. Hey, LSU basketball, speaking of what a week it's been, hey, they beat Tennessee, number 16 in the country. This is a team that's hanging up near the upper echelon of the SEC.
Before that, Mississippi State, which isn't a great team, but it was probably their 2 best games back to back. And of course, this week they've already had their postponed, rescheduled game with Ole Miss canceled, not due to COVID. The flavor of the week, the weather.
Great. They're not playing Ole Miss?
No.
I thought they were playing Ole Miss.
No.
I didn't get that news report.
A couple hours ago.
The
SEC canceled all basketball games for Thursday, Wednesday and Thursday.
Right.
This is Wednesday.
Right.
And as we speak, LSU softball is out playing.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Play outdoors. Let's not
Now
play
play inside.
indoors.
You say,
Look.
well, it's because of the travel.
Travel.
Travel, yeah.
Look.
North Dakota.
North Dakota.
Be safe than sorry. But still, I'm just saying, watch out for Tiger basketball. Look, March Madness is just around the corner. They've been hanging around in the upper echelon of the league. I give them credit. I give them credit. And now look, Cowboy basketball with 2 games canceled, I'm officially saying that it's going to be real tough for the Cowboys to get into the conference tournament, even if they play a conference tournament. I mean, they're just too inconsistent. Now, the Cowgirls,
just don't have the wins.
They lost, but they won. So they're still in the upper reaches of the Southland play. So good for the Cowgirl basketball team. And now, of course, anytime we talk Cowboy sports, brought to you by J&J Exterminating, shielding what's near and dear to you. All right, all right, I got to get back on this argument. All right, because you're not giving your opinion.
What?
All right. I say exactly what the head coach said, Frank Wilson, earlier in the show.
I'm with Scooter.
You give them multiple
I
opportunities.
want to end it.
You give your team multiple opportunities to win it in overtime. Do not kick the PA.
Let me tell you why. If I'm the head coach,
and go
this
for
is
2
what I'm
points.
thinking. If my offense has got them on the ropes, doing good, like we just scored, and we got their eyes big right now, stay at them. That's when you put your foot on their throat and don't take it off.
It's a good team, though.
Yes, it is. But now you're coming back. You're throwing it up like this, Rick, because you don't know, because I got a little bit of advantage because I just scored.
I know you just
scored. So right now, you worrying about what I'm going to do. And I understand Coach Wilson say, you know what, we want to win this for the team. I get that. I do. I get that.
Your best case argument, quickly.
This is one where I think there's no wrong answer. Don't have a chart for that. Go with your gut. Particularly if you think you got a play that will work.
Exactly.
I would go for it.
Exactly.
You would.
Yes.
After all that occurred in that game.
Yeah. But like I'm saying, you got to go with your gut on that one.
But Rick,
his gut was not to go with.
But what guarantee you're giving yourself if you go into overtime?
Overtime gives you multiple opportunities, multiple plays.
Too much can happen. What if your quarterback get hurt?
Oh,
Too much can happen.
Lord, are you kidding me?
Take that chance
no,
while it's
you
in
have
front of
multiple opportunities.
I would love to coach against you.
Throw in the end zone.
I would love to coach. Boy,
I could
figure you out. I could figure you out easy, boy.
Look,
now, Scooter have a problem with figures. I don't know what the hell Scooter's going to do.
Hey, did he make the right call? They won.
Right call.
They won in double.
Right
and did you see? I didn't look. We had Frank on for a long time. Holy smokes. In the first half, 4th and short.
I know.
And they pitch it 7 yards deep. I want to say, Coach, what were you thinking?
I know.
LSU did that one time.
They did.
You go 7 yards deep.
You back up 7 yards and you just need one.
The kid had no chance. Skinner had no chance.
You back up 7 and you just need one.
That's why I say you go to overtime. You go to overtime. Guys, all right.
It depends on your offense.
All right, February 27th in the hole.
If you're in the position of stealing one, I think you steal it.
Nope.
You take it.
You play close to the best and win it. It worked.
It did.
February 27th, Cowboys off this week against Incarnate Word. Boy, let's I know it's going to be low attendance.
Only 2,500?
25%. 25%. It's going to be about
5,000.
You know.
Yeah.
Do what you can.
Yeah,
do what you can. Do what you can.
For a win like that, to come home and not have everybody there?
What's going on in H-Town? We got a 1 minute to go.
Everybody want out.
It started with Westbrook. Harden, I'm out. Westbrook, I'm out.
Everybody wants out.
J.J. Watt released.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson still wants out.
Everybody. Who's living on that ice?
I know.
That too.
Well,
but this is if they lose Deshaun Watson in the Houston Texans.
That's a franchise type player. You got to rebuild, Rick, because you build that team around him.
Russell Wilson wants a seat at the table to talk about moves. Deshaun Watson wants a seat at the table. You give it to him. You at least listen to these star quarterbacks. It is your franchise. Why don't these owners and GMs understand that? I'm just a peon over here.
Why did Tom Brady leave?
For many reasons, but okay. All right. Hey, I had some notes about Super Bowl 55. We'll get into it next week because it's fun stuff.
No doubt about that.
Hey, continue to be safe out there, everybody.
Yes.
Watch the roads. Watch those generators like Kevin talks about.
Be careful
safe.
on the patio.
Yeah, continue to mask up. We'll see you next time, friends.